But really, all our goal has been is to do flashpoints. I'm not sure if I did much of that in the previous stream, but go ahead and take a look at the star map, see where we're at. Okay. And also, we want to be looking for any flashpoints that are going on at the moment. So there's one down here, there's one here, and then there's one down here. And that one's a special one. We also have another one over here. So I believe there was one over here that we were thinking about doing, but the time limit ran out. So unfortunately, we were not able to do it. At least I don't think we did. Let's see what we got over here. Now, I'm pretty sure this is one I've done before. Where's the time limit? 88 days. Our travel time is only 29 days. So that's very doable. I find that hard to believe that's only 29 days considering how far we have to jump, but all right. We also have this guy over here. That's a little bit out of our league right now. Now, who's this one against? Okay, it's going to be a mercenary company, and the House Steiner is the one hiring us. Okay. We have this one over here. I don't remember seeing this one. So this is a 3-skull one. It's House Merrick, and again against mercenaries. We have more time to get to this one though, so not as big of a thing. And then this one is 2-skull, and it's the Corona's Combine against we don't know who. Tons of requirements heavy. Well, we're really not there yet. Okay, before we go anywhere, let's make sure that we don't have any contracts in system that we want to do. Okay. Yeah. I know there's like a tip that people told me that I need to click on negotiate contract to see who it is rather than try and read the description to find out. And I guess you're right in that. Those that have been saying it. So this one is against the Draconis Combine. So that'd be fine to do, I guess. It also depends on what the state of our mechs are, of course, but I just want to see what we have available to us. So that's a recovery mission. As a matter of fact, all of these are recovery missions, and they're all in a similar biome, so that works out for us. Unfortunately, the only one for the Capellans is a 4-skull, which is probably outside our league. Money's tight, but that's kind of been historically what's going on with that. So this is against the Federated Sons. And then we have the Draconis Combine. Yeah, I was going to say more than likely against the Federated Sons as we're in Federated Sons space. So we have 2 that are against the Federated Sons and 1 that is for them. I might do all 3. Let's take a look at where our reputation is at. See who's leading. So the Capellans were leading, but unfortunately we've not really had many contracts for them in a while. Federated Sons are the next one, next best. I'm actually trying to remember who we allied to in previous. I believe we went with House Merrick. I could look at my achievements to see who the other ones I've allied to in the past are. I know House Merrick for sure. I know I've allied to at least one other faction, but I honestly cannot remember who they were. You know what? Let's just let's see if I can figure that out by looking at the achievements here. View my achievements. This is unfortunately not a quick thing to do, but fortunately for this game, they are somewhat categorized. Okay, so last time we did ally with House Steiner, which I thought was a good possibility, but I was not positive on that one. Okay, well now we know. So allying with the Federated Sons would be fine if I'm trying to ally with somebody different. Now, in terms of enemies, the Federated Sons, they only have 4 enemies. Whereas if we ally with the Capellans, we'd have a lot of enemies. I think this might be the highest one. At least I'm pretty sure it is. Okay, well, if we do some of those contracts, we'd be hurting our reputation, though. The Coronas Combine, we haven't really probably done a whole lot with them, so it's neither good nor bad. Same thing with the Tarians here. The only one we really have a negative reputation with is the Pirates, which is good to see. And we already got that black market discovery, so we don't really have to worry about that. That's one of the reasons why I'm as impoverished as I am, because I had to pay out the nose for that. Alright, let's take a look at the mech bay and see if we can even do contracts here. Looks like everybody is fine and ready to go. Okay. Well, let me go ahead and take a look at our mech warriors. Make sure they're all leveled up.
Commander.
Okay, looks like Brunswick can spend some points. Now we already got the overheat threshold and the called shot mastery, so we're good there. This just gives us more melee hit chance, and this will give us more accuracy. Really doesn't help Brunswick, really, because he uses the fire starter. So I actually think the right call is to go piloting here. Yeah, we'll go with piloting. The melee chance will be a factor at some points, so yeah, definitely we'll go with that. Okay, let's see what else we got. So Crackshot is currently in a high spirit, so we may want to use her. She does have a decent amount of experience on tap. Both guts and tactics would be good for us. As far as tactics goes, it gives us some indirect fire penalty reduction, which is nice. And then this one just gives us extra health. I'm going to go ahead and go with the indirect fire penalty reduction. We eventually want to get up here to the cold shot mastery. We also want to get the overheat threshold, but that's probably not as important in the grand scheme of things. All right, let's go ahead and confirm that. We may use Crackshot over Leo, so I'm probably not going to level him up. At least not for the next mission.
Orders.
Okay, currently Legend is our prime pilot here, but she's gotten to a point where there's not a lot of improvements we can do for her. So we might aim to get our backup pilots to be a little bit better. We've been kind of getting away with things because we haven't really had a lot of consecutive deployment flashpoints. But if we ever get one of those, especially some of the longer contracts, we're probably going to need our backup pilots to be just a little bit better. So I'm probably going to run Drake here as well. So as a result, we won't level up Legend, even though she does have experience to use. My pilot doesn't really matter if I level him up or not, because I don't get paid anymore. And yeah, looks good to me. Is there anyone I'm forgetting? Oh, I guess we could also try and level up Pajera. She's probably better than Drake and probably going to be the primary backup. Her only real downside is she doesn't have multi-target. Instead, she has the sure-footing ability, which she came with. It wasn't really up to me on whether she had that or not. Okay. And then as far as scout pilots go, if we didn't use Brunswick, I know I already leveled him up, but if we didn't, who's our other scout pilot? I'm trying to remember. Is Trucker our only scout pilot? It's quite possible I'm missing something, but it looks like that may be true. And if that is true... Ah, okay. So she doesn't have experience to get up to third ability. I was somewhat concerned there, because I was like, wow, really?
Yes, Commander.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll go ahead and use Truck as well instead of Brunswick, especially as she now has the ability that, in my opinion, allows her to use the fire starter to its best. So we'll go ahead and level that up. Then what else would we want to level up? Well, we eventually want to get the overheat threshold up a little bit. And that's somewhat of a concern. The other thing we want is obviously our called shot bonuses, but I'm going to go ahead and get guts up a little bit. Truck is quite a bit behind, so I guess leveling her up really makes a lot of sense, considering we really don't have any other backup scout pilots. I thought we did, but unless I'm just being blind, which is very possible, that seems to be the case.
Mech warrior
Okay.
training complete.
We're all good there. Let me take a real quick look at the store so we don't forget. Okay, anything cool here? Just a machine gun and some gyros, which is what it is. Then a bunch of ammo. Let's see what's in the black market. I mean, I don't have a lot of money here, so it's going to be tough. There's a lot of cool stuff in the black market. Like this, this definitely probably worth purchasing. It's extra reduction in tonnage. So how many tons does it end up weighing? Only 5, which is really good. It has extra 10 damage, so it does 70 damage total. This is a pretty good weapon system. We should probably buy it. It's lightweight, and yet it does a lot of damage. That's pretty fantastic. So I want to buy this. Again, our money's tight, so this is probably not the wisest move. This is one of the reasons why my money's so tight, because I keep seeing things like this and being like, ooh, I need it. Let's see if we have anything else here, though. Yeah, I'm definitely buying this. I think that's well worth it. The ER medium laser, it has extra damage, so it's very tempting. I mean, honestly... Okay, so these I can pass on because there's no extra damage. Our money's tight enough. Well, we can't even afford the ER medium laser. But yeah. Plus 10 damage on a PPC. Again, tempting. I always like the damage if I can get it. Okay. That's pretty much all we're looking at. Well, now we have no choice. I have to do contracts, and I think because we spent that kind of money, we might have to do all 3. Which will hurt our relationship with the Federated Suns overall, but it is what it is. Okay, let's go ahead and negotiate. I'll start with the Federated Sun contract. I mean, these are all the same contract type at the same difficulty. This one maybe doesn't pay as well as the other two. As a matter of fact, should I go with the ones that pay better first? That might make more sense. Worry about the reputation later. Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and negotiate for the Draconis Combine here. So, +9, -7. We'll probably get similar when we do the Federated Suns contract. As far as the money and salvage goes, at 3 skulls, we're probably going to want to look for salvage. We might get a potential heavy mech, and that's really, we're really needing that at this point. So the salvage is going to be more important than the money, even though we are very tight in that regard. Yeah, let's go ahead and accept the negotiation here. We've already kind of decided on what pilots we want to use, so Crackshot's going to sit in here. Now, this is kind of dangerous because... we know this is going to be kind of difficult for us. We have primarily medium mechs. But I feel like we're really letting our backup pilots get too far behind. And our primary pilots are doing pretty well, so I think we're good to go as far as that goes. As far as our mechs go, these should be our best mechs available. So we'll just go forward with that. And yeah, I think we're good to go. So... I'm going to use my own pilot just for the sake of just having at least one experienced pilot in this mission. And so I think there was a couple times my pilot got injured. So we might be a little bit behind our other primary pilots. Although at this point it may have evened out. I think that was fairly early on that those injuries were happening. Who have had a lot of drop frames. I do apologize for that. I mean, thankfully it was all in menus and stuff. Not really sure what the deal with that is. Probably connections to Twitch. Hopefully it doesn't happen too much more. I did everything on my end before starting the stream to try and make sure we had solid connections and stuff, but sometimes you just have bad days with Twitch. Alright, Commander, our employer reports that their operative is still alive, so if we rescue them, we get a bonus. How do they know? We just got here. Heartbeat monitor. They're under a lot of stress, probably being tortured, so we'll need to move it if we're going to save them. The key is transmitting from the location on a continuous loop. The key is transmitting from this location on a continuous loop. Just get someone into the area and it will upload to your mech automatically. The heartbeat monitor is transmitting from this location. If you decide to rescue the operative, move into the area and pick them up. Keep the mechs intact until you reach the extraction LZ, where Samiri will pick you up. Good luck, Commander. Alright, here we go.
My feet are all warm and toasty.
Must admit, I'm fairly rusty. It's been a while since we played this game, but I
Rolling.
think we'll do okay. I'm not sure if we'll contact anybody before we go into the zone or not. Trying to think of where to move here. I think I'm going to move up on this mountainside here. A little exposed, but I think it'll be okay. We'll have the fire starter move around this way to this flank, maybe move in around behind this rock. So I could fairly easily jump over it.
Moving.
If we need to. At least get ourselves a look at that flank over there and make sure we don't get flanked. Alright. I don't think I want to move the trebuchet forward too aggressively, so we'll just do a normal move here. Let's stay in the woods, so we've got nice cover. Okay.
Sensors have something.
I expected we'd have contact somewhat soon. Don't know if I want these two being that close together, but you know what? If they get seen, they get seen. We'll deal with it. So my goal here is not to have them be able to see me in the next turn, but it's possible they will. I'll just try and be as defensive as I possibly can in that case. These guys will have a lot of damage reduction. They'll have 60%, and my guy up here will have 40%. So that's pretty good numbers. Now, I do have to be careful because we don't know if there's going to be mechs over here. So I don't want to sprint too heavily over this direction, but I also want to be able to jump over this hill and get a rear shot if we get that opportunity. So, you know what? It might be worth the risk here to just sprint on over.
Location confirmed.
Okay, so if this enemy mech here moves too far forward aggressively, we might be able to get in a flank shot on them. So they do have one light mech. It's a 45 tonner, so that doesn't mean they have a medium mech operating at that light mech initiative. So, well, we'll just wait for the enemy. Doesn't seem like they have any other mechs at that initiative. I don't suspect that they have a Cyclops because this is a 70-ton mech and it is being marked at the 2 initiative. So this one does not have an initiative bonus. Otherwise, it'd be operating on initiative 3.
Copy that, Commander.
So I think it's safe to say that they don't have a Cyclops. So we got 2 heavy mechs that we know about so far. Okay. So now 3. I do have to be careful with the fire starter. As much as I may be able to get a rear shot, this guy would beat me to initiative because of the way things work. Because we moved last, they're always going to... Because you always go back and forth. If he has the same initiative as me, he will go before me. So if I'm not careful, he's going to be able to counterattack me pretty easily. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with this move. I probably could get a rear attack on that guy. I sure could. Well, honestly, I might not be able to. I thought maybe, but it's really hard to tell. Maybe here I could, but it might just barely be out. So, hard to say. Now, we could always use Vigilance to give us an initiative bonus, especially... Yeah, give us an initiative bonus to get out of there. Probably not a bad idea. So let's go ahead and attempt the rear shot. I don't know if we'll get it or not, but you don't know until you try. We'll move here. We'll use Vigilance to give ourselves a way to retreat.
I'm taking the highway.
Truck does have... we did not get the rear shot, unfortunately. Does have Ace Pilot, which will allow her to attack and move next turn, but we're going to go ahead and use Vigilance. And this is not for the defense, this is for the initiative bonus so that we know we'll be... Well, the other alternative way to do this is we could hit the Blackjack with a precision strike. It wouldn't be a very strong precision strike because he's got a lot of damage reduction though, so I think I kind of just like Vigilance anyway. So, yeah, I think we're going to go for it. Unfortunately, I did not get the rear shot I was looking for, but I thought there was a possibility we would not get it. We're going to do the attack nonetheless though, because it's what's here for us. This guy doesn't have a ton of damage reduction. As a matter of fact, this guy is probably the prime target to keep beating up on. So, we know about a dragon, a blackjack, and a warhammer. Hey, Brunswick. I think we hit the warhammer and the blackjack here. Blackjack is going to be the easiest to knock out, although the blackjack does have decent armor. It's going to be much less than some of the other opponents we have here. I mean, we don't know what this is, but it's possibly going to have good armor. I am going to move the trebuchet back a little bit, though, because I am concerned about getting these guys up in my face. So we'll try and get into cover a little bit better. But I think that's the target we're going to do. We're going to split shot here. The primary damage is going to be against the warhammer, and we could keep beating on that one same side. You're going to be A, you're going to be B, and B is going to be the lesser damage of the two. Also, the higher accuracy, because this missile is in the arm. Okay, let's go ahead and fire. This should do full damage to both. Maybe we can chop this arm off, although I suspect... Oh, honestly, I don't know how much more that the warhammer can take. Okay, yeah, that arm's starting to get hurt. We would possibly chop off one of the PPCs, which would be nice. Alright, so now to think about what some of my other mechs may do.
Standing by.
The Fire Dragon doesn't really have vision of the Warhammer. Not until unless we move very aggressively forward. Hey, RC. I mean, they're each their own game. You know, this is probably not a bad spot. We get good evasion, and we've got a clear shot on the Warhammer. We can only fire the autocannon. Oh, I forgot. Bajir can only target one opponent at a time. This is one of the situations where I probably would do a multi-target, but I can't. So we have to set this up so that it's going to be probably tough to get it, though. Yeah, this would be the most weapons we could fire if we moved here. I'm going to go ahead and just barely have the Warhammer in vision. I think part of the problem is just it's been a long time since I have played this game. A little of a layover. Alright, go for it. I'm hoping to clip the arm off. It doesn't look like we got very many hits on it, though, unfortunately. Now, my pilot is very unlikely going to be able to get in range to do anything. So... I know I have initiative, an initiative advantage. The only one that would be a problem would be this blackjack, which kind of gives us even more reason to try and kill it quickly. So can I even get in range of it? No. So we're kind of stuck, firing at who we've got here. The move I'd want to do is move up here on this ridge and attack the, potentially whatever this mech is. I suspect it probably has good damage reduction, but we don't really know that for sure. I just want to see what it is. But if I do this move, the Blackjack pretty much gets free shots on me. Granted, maybe we want the Shadowhawk to draw their attention, rather than them attacking somewhere else. Okay, I mean, I'll go for it. Normally, we're pretty mobile. Is there a better shot if I move here? Yeah, I can't get the small lasers in. If I could. Well, we'd have to jump for it. If I do this... Oh, no. Yeah, I can't even get it from there. Alright. I guess we'll just move up and we'll figure out what we want to do. This might just be more of a move for positioning than anything else until we figure out what we want to do. Okay, what do we got? It's a Thunderbolt. Alright, so that's going to be kind of a tough kill for us. In this case, I think we're just going to go after the dragon, as it will be easier to kill than the Thunderbolt. Although this guy has a lot of damage reduction. We don't build up any heat, though, because I walked. So we'll just go full salvo here. Okay. So Trek's going to start things off by attacking the Warhammer again. Hopefully, you know, it doesn't really matter if it hits either the torso section or the arm. We might be able to clip off some weapon systems. I prefer the torso section, but...
Here goes everything.
Fortunately, we hit the leg a number of times, so I don't think we got what we were looking for. Okay, I'm just going to jump to here. Do we think the Warhammer could circle that corner? It's possible, but I don't think there's a way I can obscure that vision anyway, so this is going to be the best move I can pull off.
Confirmed.
We will be able to attack the Warhammer more, and thankfully we still have vision because of the dragon. Now the Blackjack, oh, okay, it's going to go after the Fire Dragon. It's possible it didn't even see the Shadowhawk, which if that's the case, that's fine. We do have to be careful, though, with some of the things. Fortunately, I cannot hit that Blackjack where I am. Okay.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, I think in this case we do another multi-target. You're going to be A. You're going to be B. This just increases our chance of getting that arm or the torso section off, thus reducing firepower.
Split fire. Confirmed.
Okay, there it goes. That's exactly what we were looking for. Get a little bit of damage on the Blackjack as well. Okay, so PPC, medium laser, small laser, all gone. So half the firepower of this mech has just been reduced. And that leg is, you know, it's starting to get beat up. We might be able to knock it down, perhaps. Okay, so in this case, I think I'm going to take an aggressive move with the Shadowhawk, because I want to knock this Blackjack out, because it's going to be a problem for us from an initiative standpoint. It's also fairly vulnerable. I can't, unfortunately, hit the Warhammer. That just is what it is, but...
Engaging jump jets.
Is this a good call for a precision strike? I think so. We can get our accuracy up. I'm going to go for the right torso because it's already taken a little bit of a beating.
Engaging target.
Okay, we got it. So the goal of the Fire Dragon is just to try and knock out the Blackjack so it's done. Although it might come that we have a really good opportunity to keep hitting the Warhammer, so I'm going to have to make my decision, as it's going to go pretty soon. So we have to make our decision on whether we just want to keep smacking the Blackjack, which at this point we have, again, reduced a mech's firepower by half, which is really good. Not a lot of health left in this thing, so it's possible the Fire Dragon would be able to get the kill here. Especially if we can get all of our weapons to bear. Yeah, I think this is worth doing.
Copy that.
Fairly good chance we kill this guy, I think. Fire Dragon has a pretty good damage output. And if not, we at least hurt him a little bit. I suspect the dragon will take most of the damage from our enemies. But the enemies are putting themselves into a position where we can flank them. Yeah, that's perfect. He probably moved too close to even get an accurate shot with that PPC. Not really sure why he didn't fire any other weapons.
Let's make it happen.
I'm not sure about the small laser, but the medium laser was definitely in range. Okay, so this is where we have to make a judgment call of whether we jump in there and attack now. Now, granted, I may not be able to jump in there with where my heat is. Or wait. We did precision strike the blackjack, but if I don't move now with the fire starter, the blackjack will get to go. So there's not really a whole lot I can do about that. Sometimes that's the disadvantage of having a high initiative unit, is that you can't take advantage of some of your precision strikes. I think the right call here is to reserve, though. Because of where the heat of the fire starter is, I'm not sure how much it's going to be able to do, and if we make a really aggressive move and it really can't do a whole lot with it, you know, Warhammer just turns around and smacks him or something that would really hurt. So probably better to wait. Especially as nothing that we're going to do is going to be necessarily critical. I was afraid the blackjack might have gotten in behind us, but thankfully it did not. Okay. Well, I can't say no to what the fire dragon's given to me. I pretty much have to take this rear attack. Because it's been gift wrapped. Our heat's going to be a little high with this attack, but I think it's well worth it. Thunderbolt might be able to get in behind me, but I think it's well worth the risk. And with the style of mechs that we have to take these rear shots when we get them. Now, this is a perfect time for a precision strike, and we're just going to go all out and try and murder him. He's got a lot of rear armor, so I don't know if we're going to actually get the kill. I have a lot of damage, so if I get that accuracy, we might still get the kill.
All weapons committed.
Yeah, we did. Perfect call. To see a mech just die like that.
Destroyed.
And what turn are we on? Round 5. Now, granted, a couple of those rounds were just getting into contact with the enemy, so... And I think that was only the second time we even fired on him. The first time being the Shadowhawk attacking him. Okay. So, still looking good for us.
Standing by.
I think the move here, although it does put the Trebuchet in a vulnerable spot. I think full blast of the LRMs against the Warhammer, and then the medium lasers against the Blackjack. I want to punish him a little bit, although it's going to be tough because he's got a lot of damage reduction. It's not going to really do a whole lot, but...
Coordinates received.
Blackjack should be hurting because we did a lot of damage to it. So there's going to be another multi-target situation. You're going to be A, you're going to be B, and we don't really even have to modify this. Just let it be as is.
Copy that, Commander.
There's going to be a lot of damage against the Warhammer, which is already hurting. Unfortunately, the Warhammer does have alright armor. Okay, we just killed him. That was extremely lucky, but considering the amount of damage that the Blackjack had taken, it was a risk worth taking. Alright, so again, we want the Firestarter to counterattack here. It's pretty much going to be impossible for it to kill the Warhammer, which is really the only target it has. So as a result, we're just going to go ahead and reserve and wait for the Warhammer to go. Now, unfortunately, the Warhammer is going to be able to attack, as is the Thunderbolt. I suspect they're just going to focus fire on the Dragon, which is not really what we want them to do, but we can't really stop them from doing. Now, there is somewhat of a risk that the Warhammer moves into the woods and it has some damage reduction, but then again... Yeah, he's going too close, and I don't know why he's not firing his smaller weapons. This is probably a good time for Truck to just cool off, because if I jump in there and attack again, the mech's just going to overheat. So I'm just going to sprint to get into a nice position to be in behind. Preferably in range, too. That way we can take our... attack and retreat move. We know we'll have the initiative, so this is a perfectly fine move to do. Oh yeah, and the Fire Dragon hasn't gone yet.
Commander.
Let me take a look at how the Warhammer's doing. I'm just going to back up a little bit. Because I don't want them to be able to get in behind me. But I do want the flamers to be within range. How's the Thunderbolt doing? Not okay. It's going to be hard to overheat anybody. This is more just about raw damage. So let's just move back a little bit. Keep those flamers. I'm going to put my back more towards the wall here, or the mountain, or rocks, whatever. And we're going to go ahead and get a precision strike here too, because I want to try and take out that leg if I can, and knock the Warhammer down. Alternatively, we just chop the arm off, which will technically be the easier thing to chop off, which reduces the weapons even more, but I don't know. I think the leg is the right thing to go for here.
Giving them everything I've got.
Fortunately, I don't think we got many leg shots there.
Go time!
Yeah.
Commander.
Well, Trek's going to go ahead and go with this attack. More than likely chop that arm off. We could precision strike this one as well. I don't think there's a reason why not to. In this case, I am going to go ahead and chop that arm off. Let's just guarantee it's gone. Okay, goodbye. So now the Warhammer only has a medium laser and a small laser, which for whatever reason it has not been using. We're going to back off. I will use a jump just to make sure. I don't need the full jump, I don't think.
Firing up the jump jet.
Okay. We get another rear attack on that Thunderbolt. Well, it's not. It's the first time we rear attack the Thunderbolt, but we get another rear attack set up, so... Maybe I wait, though. I'm going to let Crackshot go. And see if Crackshot can kill the Warhammer. A lot of firepower here. I think it's pretty likely. And if we get it, maybe we get enough points to get a precision strike in our Shadowhawk. So, I think it's well worth it.
All weapons are go.
Doesn't look like we got the kill, unfortunately. Yeah. Warhammer's a big mech. I still think we take this attack, even if we're not going to get a precision strike with it. As it's too good of an attack to pass off on. This will do a lot of damage to the Thunderbolt. And I don't think there's really a reason to wait, because he could move into a position that makes it hard for me to pull this off. So we really want to prevent him from doing that.
All weapons committed.
Got quite a few misses there. But hey, we got some good crits.
Critical damage detected.
Alright. So the Fire Dragon will be able to finish off the Warhammer. I think it's very unlikely the Warhammer is able to survive this attack. So yeah, let's just go ahead and go with it. Do we turn off the Flamers? I think no. I think we just go full bore here. And we try and do... I mean, this is probably super overkill. But hey, sometimes every little bit of damage counts, so...
Firing full complement on enemy.
Yeah, I've got him.
Hostile eliminated. Mech warriors, show them what you got.
Okay. So Trek is definitely not in a position to do anything right now. So we're just going to go ahead and reserve.
Whatever you
Thankfully, my mech gets another attack here, which is definitely going to be a precision strike because we can just try and kill him now. We'll go straight center torso here.
All weapons committed.
Yeah,
Come on,
he's super
people.
dead.
Let's make it happen.
I think we had more than one ammo explosions there. And then we'll just walk into the capture zone. As soon as I'm done with this move, I have to do some administrative tasks here. I really dislike when I get solicitations on my Twitch chat. That's it, Commander. The key is on board. Keep that mech alive. On station and ready to make the pickup whenever you are, boss.
The asset is in hand, Commander.
Commander, the arena, the area has been cleared. Oh, okay, we're all done. All right, give me 1 second while I take care of something. Oh, now we've got 2 of these people. Alright, so, bye-bye. And bye-bye. Again, it's probably just bots and stuff. But, yeah. Alright. Just don't want them spamming in chat. I think that's the 3rd time I've gotten that particular... I'm assuming it's the same bot, just with different accounts. Okay. So we made it through that one nice and easy. I guess we didn't get the bonus, because it just ended the mission. You know, I thought in the past they let you do the bonus objective before the mission ended, but... okay, I guess that is what it is. No significant damage anywhere, so this is nice and easy. Alright, as far as salvage goes... I guess we're closer to the... well... I guess we'll go for things that we don't have. So the Warhammer... let me make sure there's no other cool systems here. Okay, definitely plus damage. That's being picked up. Okay, I didn't see anything else in the pile of things. So I guess we'll just go Thunderbolt here, because we also have a part for that. And we definitely want heavy mechs at this point, so... that's what we're looking for. Okay. Let's confirm. And we managed to luck out and get that AC 5 as well. It's +4 accuracy, which I usually don't try too hard to get, but it's still nice to get it when you get it. Okay. I would say that wasn't bad. We get a couple parts. You know, a couple parts from X we definitely would want. The Warhammer would be a nice addition. It's a different variant, but it's an okay variant. I think all it really did was remove the machine guns, at least as far as I could tell. And it is one of the mechs that is from this DLC, so that's good. Alright. I don't think there's really anything else to do other than just take a look at our mech warriors that we just used.
Receiving you.
Okay, so you have leveled up. If I could get a little bit more, we could get that overheat threshold up. Granted. I don't want the cold shot bonus instead. And I think I'm also going to take a little bit in the gunnery skill as well.
Mech warrior training.
Okay. Crack shot
Commander?
also was in the last mission. Yeah. Well. Hopefully we don't see too many more of them. It's also annoying because they not only spam the chat, but they also whisper to me in private, which is more annoying. But it is what it is. I think I'm just going to hold on to these points. Because I think, well, either one of these is good, but I think I'm going to save up for that. We have to get it up to this level, like second to last level, to get the cold shot mastery, but you get other things by leveling up tactics, and in particular the minimum range reduction, which is very valuable, and indirect fire penalties, which we don't really need with this. Well, actually, no, we do need it with this pilot. Never mind. I forgot what her role was. She's a support pilot. Okay. And then I was the only other pilot to have done anything. Okay. Uh-huh. What is the max level? Just +3 health and more indirect fire penalty, which again we don't need. So it's really down to either gunnery skill or the piloting skill. I guess I'm just gonna go gunnery skill. We'll probably go piloting skill next.
Training complete.
Alright, so I think that was a good opportunity to get experience into some of our less experienced pilots. Let's go ahead and take a look at the contracts here. I may end up using Brunswick. I'm probably going to sit my pilot out because it does seem like I've gotten pretty far ahead. So
Standing by.
Leo's kind of far behind. I think he got injured quite a few times, which is probably the reason why he's further behind. So maybe we'll use a dual support pilot setup for the next mission. I will level up Leo here.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Okay. Let's take a look at the contracts and we'll kind of decide from there. All right. We'll go ahead and do the Pro Davian mission. So another recovery mission in polar environments, so fairly similar. Let's see what we can do from salvage. I think we'll just keep it as is. And accept. So we're going to make some of the reputation back that we just lost. All right, so in this case, what pilots do we want to use? I think we remove my pilot, remove my mech. We move this over. So we're going to be using even like pretty much our entire B team is going to be used in this mission, I think. All right, now I have to figure out what mechs I have to do different missions with. I think this Wolverine was a pretty decent mech. Yeah, to be a support mech. It's got 3 medium lasers and another M20 with extra damage. We also have the Centurion set up. In theory, the Centurion can do more damage at range. Its other M20 doesn't do any more damage. You need a direct line of sight to be hitting with this, though. Yeah, I think we go with the Centurion just from the raw damage output standpoint. This does 190 versus 175. And again, most of that is at range. So put the Centurion here. I'll move Crackshot over to the Centurion, and then we'll put Leo into his standard trebuchet mech. Okay. I think this is pretty good. But yeah, we'll probably be sticking with these pilots for a while, just to try and get them more experience. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to sub out Bajero with Drake as our other potential front line or tank style pilot. Okay, let's go ahead and deploy. Oh, he's yelling at me because I actually dropped the weight of my mechs. It's only a difference of 5 tons, but I guess it was enough to trip us down to 2 value rather than 2.5, which is probably where we are. It's kind of scary to think that we're only 5 tons away from that. But a lot of that comes from the fact that we continue to use a light mech. Now, if I used all medium mechs, he wouldn't complain to me. But the Firestarter has been amazingly good, so we're going to continue to use it. Okay. I guess while we wait. Commander, we perform a substantial amount of scientific research here in Glenworth. Blah, 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 mission.
Command interface initiated.
Alright, this is an in-and-out mission. Locate the scientist and retriever. Get to the research facility, take control of one of take control with one of your mechs. She's aboard, head to the mark evac zone. First area will pick you up in the Leopard. We won't have to do any of that if we just kill everybody. Best of luck, Commander. Olivier out.
Let's earn some money.
Okay, let's go ahead. Oh, thank you for the follow, Diamond. I think that flashpoint we had where we had all urban mechs was enough urban mech for me. Okay, let's go ahead and sprint the Centurion up. I'm gonna have to keep in mind where we want to position the Centurion based off of its weapon systems, because we do want a direct line of sight. Maybe up on this ridge up here. We might be able to look down the valley here. Really depends on where the enemy ends up. Alright, we'll have the dragon come over this way. Now, the Firestarter is going to be our scout, so I'm just going to have it blitz forward. Although, I kind of do want it to come up on this mountain at some point, so I'm going to start moving in that direction.
Roger that.
Might take us a couple turns. Get enemy contact. Yeah, I don't want to be too aggressive with the trebuchet here, so I'm just going to do a walk move.
On the move.
Probably keep the Centurion and the trebuchet together just so they can protect each other. Doesn't look like the Centurion's going to be able to get into his position. I just wish I knew where, like, the continuation was. I'll move the Centurion here. That should be okay.
Coordinates received.
I don't suspect we'll get into conflict immediately.
You betcha.
Okay. We're going to go ahead and have the Firestarter jump. We're going to jump it up onto the mountain. Maybe we get contact with the enemy, but I... Oh, okay. I was about to say I kind of doubt it, but no, there we go. Okay, so you are unknown. You're acting at that initiative. Okay. Oh, we'll just reserve then. I don't think we're going to get vision of anything.
There's a something.
Okay, a 30-ton mech. I'm sorry, a 50-ton mech. That operated as a light mech. No, it didn't. Okay. So they have no light mechs. At least none on that initiative scale. We don't know what this is. I don't have enough tactics and truck to know. Brunswick is here, we would know, but... Alright. You want to ask a question about the game? Go, feel free. Okay. So the other thing we really know about is this 50-ton mech. I think we just beat up on it. It's open in the valley here, and I think all three of our mechs here could probably get line of sight of it. So in this case, I'm just going to take the Firestarter. We need to keep the Firestarter within sensor range. So I'm going to just back it up very slightly. And we will sensor lock that guy.
Sensors locked
Okay,
on.
he doesn't have a lot of protection. That's good.
Ready for orders.
Let's see some information about the Centurion before we make a decision. Okay, so it's the variant that replaces the AC-10 with a bunch of laser systems. So large laser, medium laser. No, actually, technically, just the large laser and the small laser, I think, is what the difference is. Yeah. Okay.
Orders.
Not sure if I want to move that far forward. What's our accuracy at this range? And it's definitely worse because we are outside sensor range. That's the reason why there's a difference. Alright, let's see what actually Crackshot can do here.
Waiting for orders.
75, 90. I think we use our precision strike here. Or we move here. Ah, there we go. We got in range. I was playing this game the other day, and I got jumped by a lance of Atlas mechs. All of them. Okay. I don't feel like we need the precision strike then, because our accuracy is pretty good. Did that ever happen to you? Well, what difficulty was the mission? I would say it's probably possible at the very high difficulty missions. Been a while since I've played at that level though, because I've restarted a lot.
What's up, boss?
Yeah, we'll just move up here. I wouldn't really be too worried about that, honestly, if it happened to me. It depended on what my lance was made up for, but I tend to favor mobility, and Atlases are very immobile. So if you have the right lance setup and the right pilots for the job, it depends. It also depends on what their pilots were like. If they were sensor locking you a lot, then it becomes more difficult, but...
Copy that. I hear ya.
Alright, I think this is where we're going to use Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move a little bit more aggressively. This is where we're gonna use a precision strike, I think.
Got it.
I don't think he can see me, so we have some advantage there. We'll just go center torso so you can just kill him quickly.
Time to die.
Fortunately, not that many hits. Okay. Well, not a real reason to go yet. The Centurion will more than likely get a vision of us, and after that happens, we're going to need to try and kill him quickly. But until that happens, we don't really have a move here.
I'm holding tight.
And that does burn this guy's turn, which is nice. Might be able to get a ambush attack on that guy, but we're going to wait for it. Yeah, I think we reserve here. Centurion more than likely going to get vision. But there is an advantage to that. In that now it has no cover, because it wasn't able to get in the woods. So it is a sitting duck. I'm going to move the fire dragon up,
Waiting on you, Commander.
so we get more of our weapons on target. Probably going to use a precision strike to get more accuracy as well, and to try and core it.
On my way.
Yeah, let's see if we can manage it.
Special delivery.
It's kind of where having our B team pilots being here hurts a little bit, because we don't get as much damage output. If we can kill the Centurion, though, their vision goes away, so we'd stop getting hit. Just don't know if we have the time to pull it off.
Standing by.
Alright, starting with you. If we move up very slightly... There we go, we get the medium lasers in there. Alright, let's see if we can get that kill. Okay, very few hit points, so it's
All
possible.
weapons are go.
Fortunately, we're not getting them where they need to be.
Critical.
Let me guess, he has like 2 hit
Commander.
points left in his center torso. Which just means our fire dragon's going to take more heat. Unfortunately. Yeah, I think that should have been a kill. You really can't count on anything in this game. 20 hit points.
Standing by.
Yeah, let's just step up and finish this guy. Now, they'll probably be able to establish vision with these two now, because they've gotten close enough. So this is kind of pointless. But let's just guarantee the kill.
Firing full complement on
Yeah. Of course, now we overkill.
Target eliminated.
Alright.
Right here. Mm-hmm.
Now you're kind of off by yourself. I'm not going to be able to get a rear attack here. But we can poke at this guy. At least I need to know what the heck it is.
I'm jumping. Yes, I am.
Okay, it's a crab by itself. Might want to ignore that in the future, because it's not really going to do anything by itself.
Here goes.
We'll do what damage we can while we can.
Let's get this done.
Alright.
Yeah.
Go ahead and just attack it again.
Firing at him.
Okay. And then jump away. Let's head over this way so we can help out our allies over here. That crab is a little concerned because it doesn't have jump jet, so it's going to have to go all the way around to get to us. So it's going to take us take it a couple turns.
Affirmative.
So we can just ignore it. I might be able to sensor lock my fire starter, but if it does that, it does draw some heat away from the fire dragon. Okay, so they're more than likely going to be able to establish line of sight. But I'm not sure what else I would do here. I guess we could move the fire dragon up and put him into this position so we know we have vision. Also attack him while he's out in the open. I guess there is a case for that. Oh, that's right. Never mind. We are not at that initiative yet. So I don't really have a move then. Yeah, not one that makes sense. So we'll just reserve. Alright, so Thunderbolt. Not too surprised to see that. I was able to get into good cover there, so... be tough to dislodge it. Alright, now we do the move we wanted to do.
What can I do for you?
Actually, hold on. You didn't go in the woods. You're
I
staying.
hear ya.
I'm still going to move up. But we have a lot of possibilities here.
Position.
Okay, we have an Orion. That's going to be kind of tough to take out. So I think the Thunderbolt's actually the call here. I know that the Fire Dragon's going to soak a lot of damage. So I'm actually tempted to use Vigilance here rather than Precision Strike. I might have enough points to use a Precision Strike as well. Let's just confirm that. So, actually, no. This is that variant that strips out its armor. Okay, so the right call is to go after the Orion. It hasn't gone yet, too. So, if I knock it down in initiative, that does help us. Let's see if we can reduce its firepower a little bit. So, we got a lot of ammo there. We might be able to get an ammo crit. Yeah, I'm going to go for this torso section just because of the sheer amount of ammo in this location. The left torso. Also, it'd be easier to hit with my allies because we can just focus on that side because that's the side that's facing us. So if we take them around to this flank, we can kind of just keep hammering in that location. So
Yes, Commander.
okay. Don't think I can get direct. Yeah, I have direct line of sight there. So we can do a multi-target. Okay, I like that. Not going to be a great multi-target, but I'll take it. So you're going to be A, you're going to be B, and we are going to just keep pelting that one side. At least I think I wasn't paying too much attention, but I think we're hitting that side. Okay, we got structure exposed. We might be able to get it. If we're lucky with some crits. Alright, so the Centurion needs to move. Now, we definitely need a line of sight, though. Matter of fact, if we just stay where we are, we're good. Are you in range of this guy? Not. Can we move into range with that guy without really hurting our chances to hit the Orion? Might be tough. How about there? Yeah, there we go. That's perfect. Although, it's not perfect because we're not on that same side. Yeah, we either hamper our accuracy. I guess that accuracy is still pretty good, isn't it? Alright, I'll take it. Alright, so another multi-target. You're going to be A, you're going to be B. If we're very lucky, we'll get an ammo explosion, perhaps.
Split fire. Confirmed.
Yeah, we got it. Perfect. So there goes a good chunk of the enemy's weapons, but also we got a good ammo crit there, and the guy's almost knocked down. So through the combination. Yeah, Grasshopper is one of my favorite mechs, especially in MechWarrior 5. I'm not so sure about this game, but definitely in MechWarrior 5, it is an amazing mech. It was one of my favorites that we were able to get. Alright, so you're starting to take a lot of damage in that one location. Not so great.